What is going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. The New York Knicks are taking on the Chicago Bulls tonight, trying to get revenge after losing to the Bulls in Chicago last Friday night. They're coming off a huge win. We got highlights of Jalen Brunson's 43-point monster game against the Milwaukee Bucks right here. And tonight, the Knicks are trying to get revenge against a team they should have beat a few days ago. But Josh Hart got ejected in the first quarter, which definitely had some things make things interesting for that game in particular. And tonight, we are back in Chicago. And then we finish off the season against the Bulls again, but at the Garden. So definitely curious to get your guys' thoughts in the chat right now of your overall thoughts of the Knicks game tonight. I'm definitely expecting a W, and you should too. I mean, I really can't talk about tonight's game without bringing up that Sunday night matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks, because that game was so massive, ladies and gentlemen. We all know how big we needed that W. Now the New York Knicks are tied with the Magic. Unfortunately, the Magic do have the tiebreaker over the Knicks, so we are the 5th seed. The Magic is the 4th seed, and we are the 4th seed. I take that back. We are the 4th seed. Magic is 3, and the Bucks are at 2, and we're only 1 game back from the Bucks. But technically, we're 2 games back from the Bucks and 1 game back from the Magic. And the reason why I say that is because the Bucks and the Magic has the tiebreaker over the New York Knicks. So the only way we can surpass the Magic and surpass the Bucks is if we finish ahead of them in the NBA standings. Therefore, you look at the standings like, yeah, we're 1 game back from the Bucks. Well, not really. 2 games back. Because again, we have to have a better record than the Milwaukee Bucks if we want to finish ahead of them in the Eastern Conference, as well as the Orlando Magic, because again, we are tied with them, but they are ahead of us in the NBA standings. So tonight's a big game. We're officially in the final stretch of basketball for these New York Knicks. 4 games to go. If the Knicks go 4-0 in these last 4 games, we will get to 50 wins on the season, which would be an absolute monster achievement for this New York Knicks team. I'm excited to hear your guys' thoughts in the live chat. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in to another live show here on Knicks Media. We got Albin in the chat. What's up, Richie? Need this Knicks W tonight. Bucks will lose to the Celtics as well. We just can't keep going down double digits in the first quarter. Shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a big-time key for these Knicks is to start off fast. We have seen the Knicks get down early and often and really claw their way back. That's not their identity. When the Knicks have a lead, it's really, really fun to watch them absolutely shut things down. You saw what the Knicks did late in that second quarter. Late in the second half against the Bucks. They were able to really, really shut things down and get the job done in that fourth quarter, courtesy of our boys, Jalen Brunson, the defense of, Isaiah Hartenstein, OG Anunoby's defense was absolutely a joy to watch. Absolute joy to watch what OG Anunoby brought to the table. His offense is still a little he's trying to get back into the rhythm. He's trying to get back into a groove, but that's okay because OG's defense makes up for his lackluster of offense right now, trying to get back from that unfortunate injury he has to the right elbow. So let's see what OG does tonight. I think that we are going to be A-okay in tonight's matchup. The Knicks are going to be able to adjust to what the Chicago Bulls did to us Friday. They threw like 2 front court big men on the Knicks on Friday night with both Vucevic and Andre Drummond. They kept running that horn set, and the Knicks defense had no answer, and I think the Knicks are going to be able to adjust to that and really make sure that they are on their game tonight against these Chicago Bulls. So Knicks Nation, let me know your thoughts right now in the live chat. Any questions or comments or concerns you have, and I love to hear everything from Knicks Nation. Don't forget to hit that like button for your boy on your way into the show. We got Knicks basketball tipping off in 3 hours over in Chicago. And I know what everyone's thinking, man. Let's just get to these playoffs. Who are the Knicks going to be facing off against? We're 46-32. There's a lot of chances the Knicks can match up against the Cavaliers all over again. If it's the 4th and 5th seed matchup, there's a chance that we finish as the 3rd seed. We match up against a team like the Pacers or even the Miami Heat. There's a chance that we get to the 2nd seed and match up against like the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios, but the reality is I don't care who we verse. We got to take care of business in round number 1, no matter who the opponent is, if you feel me on that, okay? Now, another thing I want to break down in tonight's matchup regarding the fatigue factor. I feel like the Knicks have to make sure that getting off the fast starts is a priority. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau playing Deuce McBride all these minutes, Josh Hart all these minutes, even Jalen Brunson, it could be catching up to them, and we need these guys fresh and ready to go when it matters the most in the NBA playoffs. So how can they find that fine balance between not, overexerting our players and still winning these basketball games? That is extremely important, okay? That's really what it comes down to for me. Let me know your thoughts about that. I don't think it's that much of an issue, but it's definitely something that we have to talk about as Knicks fans. Now, a big thing about what we're seeing from these Knicks as of late in terms of individual players that we're seeing trying to get their rhythm is Bojan Bogdanovic, bro. Bojan Bogdanovic finding his rhythm off the bench could be an absolute game changer for these Knicks, because if you can get 15 or 20 points off the bench from Bojan a night, watch out, okay? We got Jalen Brunson putting up 30+. We got Donte DiVincenzo, who is ready to just go crazy from beyond the arc any given night. We have Josh Hart hustling and playing at 110% every single game. OG absolutely locking things down. Isaiah Hartenstein becoming an offensive threat. I can keep going. And then you throw in Bojan Bogdanovic starting to get hot, trying to find his confidence, getting to his spots, coming in off the bench early in the fourth quarter, knocking down his shots. Wow, that is what the Knicks have been waiting and hopeful for in a Bojan Bogdanovic since they made that trade. So we shall see. Albin says the Bulls have size. Mitch needs to step it up tonight on the boards. Yeah, I mean, they beat us with size last game. Again, they had Nikola and Andre Drummond out there at the same time. And listen, the Knicks are known as one of the best, if not the best, rebounding teams in the entire NBA. So they got to be up for the challenge, and they got to be able to stay within themselves and play their brand of basketball, okay? They got to stick to their roots. And what their roots are, get on the offensive glass, play half-court defense and slow teams down and let Jalen Brunson go to freaking work. I mean, you see all the shots that he hit against the Bucks. I mean, the playmaker ability that he is. He's an elite talent, and we're so fortunate to have him on our side. Big-time shout-out to Jalen Brunson. Now, if you look at the odds presented by BetUS, they do have an interesting prop bet on their site right now. If you guys want to check it out, that link is at the top of the chat. They have a prop bet of who will score more points tonight, Jalen Brunson or DeMar DeRozan. Now, as you can see by the odds, BetUS definitely has Jalen Brunson finishing with more points than DeMar DeRozan, because those odds are at -278, where DeMar DeRozan is at +175. So the value is not really there for Jalen Brunson to score more points, but I feel like that's why. It's a lock. Jalen Brunson is on an absolute scoring tear right now, and you can definitely see why BetUS has Jalen Brunson favored to have more points than DeMar DeRozan. Now, you look at the odds presented by BetUS, and the Knicks are 4.5-point favorites on the road, and the money line is at -185, with the total points is at 212.5. Now, I do find this interesting because these odds are subject to change, and the reason why I say that is because if you look at the odds on the website, it already changed. Not that significantly, but you look at these odds right here, the Knicks are now a cool -5 and are at -200. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. The odds are shifting in the Knicks' favor. BetUS likes the Knicks in this game. If you guys want to check out BetUS, don't forget to click the link at the top of the chat to receive a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, folks, using code JOIN125. Fast with 24-hour payouts and 24/7 customer service. Definitely big-time shout-out to BetUS Sportsbook for being the sportsbook sponsor of the channel, baby. The #1 online sportsbook.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
Now, I definitely want you guys to help me out to build a parlay. We've been hitting on a bunch of parlays here recently on BetUS, and they got an awesome prop building tool that has been my favorite part of their website personally. Now, you go to their prop builder tool. Let's see what props they got cooking up. So they got Isaiah Hartenstein at 9.5 points. I'm hitting that. Isaiah Hartenstein has been an absolute dog in terms of scoring the ball. So at 9.5 points, I'm definitely going to take Hartenstein to hit the over on that. Mitchell Robinson's at 4.5 points. I'm going to stay away from that. Miles McBride off the bench is at 7.5 points. I'd like Deuce to get at least 8 points tonight off the bench. So that's the 2 points we're going to take. Now let's see the rebounds, if they got anything for Josh Hart. Josh Hart's coming for vengeance tonight, bro. He remembers getting ejected for a bogus call last game. His total is at 9.5. I got Josh Hart being a big reason for the boards tonight, getting over 9.5 rebounds, getting those double-digit boards. Definitely consider that big time. And then let's see what the assists props are at for these Knicks, because the Knicks have been moving the ball efficiently and clean. Okay, I'm going to take Josh Hart's over 5.5 assists because he's also been a big-time playmaker. I think tonight's the night for him to kind of have one of those games. And then we'll finish it off with one last prop to add to the bet. Dante's three-pointers is at 4.5. Brunson's at 2.5. Josh Hart, okay, I like Josh Hart. He literally needs to hit 1-3. Now, Josh Hart said that his half-court heave last game kind of clicked his wrist back in place, and he did hit a shot from beyond the arc last game. So we're going to take Josh Hart to have one three-pointer made. Now, if you look at the odds, it's at plus 2,200. So if you put $50 on this, you'll win over $1,000. Even if you put $10 down, you'll win $230 on this parlay. So if you guys want to trail your boy, definitely consider doing it. $100 returns you $2,300. Again, we're taking Hardenstein's over 9.5 points, McBride over 7.5 points, Josh Hart over 9.5 rebounds, Josh Hart over 5.5 assists, and Josh Hart to hit at least one three-pointer. Those odds are at plus 2,200, okay? I like this bet a lot. $50 is probably what I will be putting on this to go the safe side. So definitely big-time shout-out to BetUS. Bet responsibly, folks. I absolutely love that for these New York Knicks. Love it, baby. Now, getting deeper into what we saw Friday against the Knicks and the Bucks and the Bulls that did not work in our favor is I feel like we just got outworked from a game plan standpoint. And I think now we're getting a little test of like, okay, the Knicks are able to adjust based on the same opponent in multiple different times, multiple different avenues. So Friday night against the Bulls, number one, it was on a back-to-back, which definitely was not in the Knicks' favor. I 100% agree with that. But at the same time, the Bulls is not a good team compared to the Knicks. The Knicks are the better basketball team. And it's not even close. So the Knicks have to take care of business. And I've been saying this all season long, and now it's at that time, so it's time to bring it back up. The Knicks have to get momentum and some positivity and some things in their favor heading into the NBA postseason. We cannot go into the playoffs on a losing streak, okay? That game against the Bucks was so massive to really gain some positivity and gain some momentum back in this organization. And now we have a pretty, I don't want to say easy schedule, but our final four games is only one team above 500, and that's the Boston Celtics, which is definitely going to be the biggest game of the week, Thursday night in Boston. But we got the Bulls, we got the Celtics, we're home against Brooklyn, and then we're home against Chicago. The Knicks have to win 3 of the last 4 games minimum, okay? And that's how I look at it. We have to go into the playoffs with some momentum, and it starts with tonight. Brunson, top 3 in the East, and not 3 or 2. 100%, bro. Jalen Brunson, what he's doing right now should be recognized around the league. Man, the disrespect this guy's been getting all year long from the national media is just so ridiculous. First, to start with Kenny Smith saying, like, he will never be the best player on the court. Give me a break, okay? I mean, my favorite part about Jalen Brunson, bro, he just silenced the critics with his play. He does not have a big mouth. He's not going to go out there and start saying all these things on his podcast. He is so disrespected, and he goes out there and balls out. Balls out. I mean, look at the highlights on your screen right now. He went into Milwaukee, dropped a 43-piece on 50% shooting, blowing by defenders, getting double-teamed, getting blitzed. He's so patient. He's so calm, cool, and collected, baby. They disrespect our man too much. Do we see Bojan get 18 or more, or Dante go for 30? I'd like Bojan to get 18 or more tonight. Dante getting 30, that's a tall task. He's done it before, many times this season. But I don't think we need Dante to get 30 points or not for us for us to win. But I do think that Bojan is cooking right now. I think Bojan Bogdanovic's ability to come in off the bench and really help out this Knicks ball club has been a joy to watch. He low-key is a giant X factor for me. He's a giant X factor because if we get Bojan to start putting up 18-plus off the bench in the playoffs, bro, I know that Julius Randle not coming back is a devastating blow, but, bro, this Knicks team is built to win without Julius Randle. I'm here to tell you guys that. Like, the way that this Knicks team is clicking, the chemistry that they don't have any excuses. They play hard defense. They're rebounding the ball. They're buying into the system of Tom Thibodeau. They play for each other. Bojan Bogdanovic has so much playoff experience where the pressure is not going to be an issue for him. And there's not really anybody on this Knicks team I'm worried about the pressure being too much. We've seen Dante win a championship in Milwaukee. He has a lot of playoff experience. Jalen Brunson has proven to be a playoff beast. First in Dallas, when Luka went down, he put that team on his back and went all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then we saw what Brunson did last year in the playoffs. Okay? Mitchell Robinson took over the series last season in round 1 against the Cavaliers. Josh Hart does not have a lot of playoff experience, but he's definitely built for the postseason. OG Anunoby is also an NBA champion. He won a championship with Toronto, right? He was I think he was a rookie that year. It could be wrong. Or either year 1 or year 2 when Kawhi was there. So, like, we got a team built of players that has playoff experience, bro. Playoff experience. And that really goes a long way. And the only, like, big question mark on this team in terms of playoff ability is honestly Julius Randle. He's been the only one that's not stepped up to the plate in the NBA playoffs, and he's not even healthy. So what will Isaiah Hartenstein look like? Precious Achiuwa in spot minutes has definitely took a little step back since OG came back, which, hey, if you're only playing like 5 to 10 minutes a game, you're not going to be able to get into an elite rhythm. But Precious, I'm not worried about. It really comes down to Mitchell Robinson for me, because if Mitch can really get into shape and start dominating the paint like we know he can and get up to the 20, 25 minutes a night, bro, I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but Knicks fans, we got to start waking up to the idea of really still being able to go far in the postseason even without Julius Randle. And it's because of Jalen Brunson and everyone else around him, bro. Let's freaking get it. I see Brunson going for 40-plus and Josh Hart triple-double. Okay, Albin. I'll hold you to it, baby. If Jalen, it's very possible. Let's not pretend this is far-fetched. Brunson just got 40 points. Josh Hart has many triple-doubles this season. Definitely not far-fetched. I don't want to see Burks play at all. Yeah, he's become situational. Sad for Alec Burks, but he's situational, bro. He's not even on this Knicks in the rotation anymore. Sorry, Burks. You don't play well, you're not going to be in the rotation, bro. Sorry to break it to you. Precious and Burks out of the rotation. If Mitch and Ihart got a score in the post, each double digits. Yeah, Mitch isn't really a post scorer like Hartenstein is. Mitch is more that get a rebound, put it back up, go out there, get some alley-oops. But Isaiah Hartenstein, he is showing off his scoring ability in the paint and his assists, bro. Isaiah Hartenstein's passing ability is off the charts recently. You kidding me? You love it. Any Knicks watch parties Friday night or Sunday? For what, the playoffs or this week? I don't know of any right now. And Josh Hart got to score the ball, 100%. I think Josh Hart's ability to get into an offensive rhythm would be a big difference. He is dealing with a little wrist thing, but he's playing through it, and I'm pretty sure he'll be okay. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you did not already on your way into the show. My name is Richie here at Knicks Media. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new as well. Cannot thank you all enough for tuning into the show here. The Knicks are back again in Chicago, the second time in the last 4 days or so. And the Knicks got to get revenge. They cannot fall to the Bulls back-to-back games. I won't let that happen. I don't think the Knicks will let it happen. The Knicks are favorites in tonight's matchup on BetUS Sportsbook. As you can see right here, we are 4.5-point road favorites in this game. If you guys want to place your bets, don't forget to check it out. And the top of the link is in the top of the chat to open up your account on BetUS, folks. I think the Knicks are going to win tonight. I got confidence, man. That Bucks game, I wasn't as confident. I was like, this is going to be tough, bro. I know the Bucks aren't playing like themselves. I know the Bucks are on a decline, but Giannis is always a freight train to play with. But the Knicks were able to contain him in the second half. OG Anunoby locked it down and reminded the world why we traded for him. How do you feel about OG offensively? His shot doesn't quite look like it's back yet, but he's been aggressive driving the ball. Yeah, I think it's going to come with time. This is why the Knicks wanted to get him back on the court before the playoffs start, to get him some time to get that elbow cooking from an offensive standpoint, because the defense is always going to be there, okay? But how can OG find a rhythm offensively? His shot doesn't feel like it's comfortable yet, and that's definitely an issue. But if he can just attack the paint and be more of a slasher and, adjust his game based on his elbow, because it's a right elbow issue, which is a shooting arm. So if he still has some pain there, that's tough to shoot with your right elbow being hurt. We shall see. when Josh Hart drives just to kick it out, we turn the ball over too much. Yeah, I want Josh Hart to actually put the ball up and, attack the paint and, attempt to actually score instead of being a playmaker. I like when Josh Hart is aggressive in terms of trying to score. I think it's been working recently, right? He's not a scorer at the core, but you can tell that he has tendencies to be able to be a good scorer. And that's something that I want Josh Hart to keep channeling. And you look around the league, tonight's a big game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics, bro. Hate to say this, but we're rooting for the Celtics tonight because if the Celtics beat the Bucks and the Knicks beat the Bulls, we are tied with the Bucks. Now, the Bucks do have a game, a tiebreaker over us, unfortunately, so we still have to finish ahead of him in the standings, but that is huge to look out for. That is huge. And you look at what the Bucks have been doing lately, I'm pretty sure they're on a 4-game losing streak. 4-game losing streaks for the Milwaukee Bucks. So the Knicks are able to get a dub in Chicago, and the Boston Celtics are able to get a W against the Bucks for the Knicks. That would be huge. Brunson going to go for 31-9, and Hart's going to get an 18 triple-double. Okay, Jose. You don't got to twist my arm on that one. I'm all in. I'm all in on that hypothetical. 100%. You sold me. 31-9 for Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart's going for an 18-point triple-double. And I'm assuming you're predicting a W as well, Jose. At least I hope. Guys, let's get some score predictions in the chat. What do you guys think the final score of tonight's game is going to be? I think it's going to be 119 to 109. That's been a consistent score recently. Not the exact, numbers, but it's been similar on that point. Jose has the Knicks winning by 10 plus. Well, again, the Knicks spread is at 4.5. So do you guys have the Knicks covering the spread? Albin's got the Knicks covering the spread. Will the Knicks win by more than 5 points? Let me know in the chat right now, guys. What is your score predictions in the chat right now? Let your boy know. And don't forget to hit the like button for your boy as well. Come on now. We got 46 live watchers with only 9 likes. What? Hit the like button if you're pumped up for the next game tonight, folks. Let's get it going. Let's milk those thumbs. Let's get it rocking, folks. I'm pumped up. You should be too. John Daniels says 112 to 100. Okay, John. I like it. These phantom fouls need to stop. Refs are screwing us, bro. Don't even get me started on the refs. You just triggered me. Because the refs have been driving me absolutely insane. I'd like to see the Knicks defense hood the Bulls to under 100. They're not a good offensive team. Need to get them rebounds, though. Yeah, the rebounds is going to be a key part of tonight's game. Key part of tonight's matchup because of the big boys they got down low in Chicago. I think the Knicks will be fine. I'd really find it hard to predict the Knicks losing. I really do. Especially that we lost to them Friday night. You know that Thibodeau is about to go crazy in a game plan. Be like, hey, yo, this is how we lost. This is how we're going to adjust. This is what the difference is going to be. Absolutely think that the Knicks are going to get the job done tonight. There's no reason why you shouldn't believe that either. If we could beat the Bucks, bro, we got to be able to take care of business on the road in Chicago. It's a mini little road trip, right? We're in Chicago, Milwaukee, and back in Chicago, in Boston, and then we're home for the last 2 games. I hate having to come back down 15. I'm not going to lie, though. When the Knicks do go down, I do not have a fear in my mind. I'm like, yo, yeah, first quarter, we're down double digits, but for some reason, I got so much confidence in this Knicks team to come back. And you should too, bro. Not to say I want to come out slow, but every time the Knicks have come out slow lately, I've been, bro, we're good. They're going to come back. That's how I always feel. Mitch and OG have to really defend tonight. Yeah. And Hartenstein. For sure. And Deuce McBride, our defensive beasts. Bro, how awesome was it to watch OG defend Giannis? Oh, my God. Thinking back on that was a joy to watch. It was a thing of beauty to watch OG Anunoby defend Giannis on Sunday night. I'd just be wondering what Tibbs be telling them at halftime because they switch it up in the third quarters. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like adjustments, right? It's kind of believing and getting back into their pace. I think that's what the Knicks are trying to do. They're really trying to go at their pace. And when they can get teams to play at their pace, they win. It's that simple. Like, if they can get it to half-court set defense, when they get a stop, push, go fast, let Josh Hart go downhill, spray it out to a shooter. I think the Knicks, when they play their brand of like the perfect example was that the Kings game, right? The Kings came out early and was playing their brand, playing fast, hitting shots. It was ridiculous. And then the Knicks kind of like flipped the script a little bit in the second half and like, okay, now you want to play our brand of basketball, slow things down. And then things got real, and the Knicks were able to get the dub. So I think that's what the Knicks' philosophy is, and hopefully it will carry over into the NBA playoffs, which I have no reason to believe why it won't, okay? Knicks winning by 10 or more. Apez, CBO85. I love the energy. I love the energy, my friend. Sign me up. I think that's a foregone conclusion. The Knicks are on 8 p.m. tonight, EST. I'm actually away from home, even though it looks like I am home in my studio. I'm not. I don't know how I'm going to get access to the game. Hopefully I can figure out a way. I'm currently in Virginia in my sister's house. She just had a baby, so your boy is an uncle for the first time. So, and the baby, her name is Chloe, and luckily my brother-in-law is a big Knicks fan. So we got another Knicks fan to the world, baby. So the reason why I say that is I'm kind of stressed out. I'm like, I'm not in New York. Can I get access to MSG Plus? I got to get access to this game. Luckily for me, Sunday the game was on NBA TV. But and I was able to watch the Bucks broadcast, which by the way stunk. I watched that Bucks game on NBA TV, which was the Bucks broadcast. I'm like, man, I miss Mike Breen and Clyde. So I'll try my best. Stream East tonight. Okay. Stream East. Congrats. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I got 2 nieces, Chloe and Kate. Well, there you go, Alvin. I got a niece named Chloe as well. That's great. I love that. So Stream East is the wave. I mean, why can't I get it through MSG? I tried it on Sunday, but it got blacked out. I'm like, bro, I can log into my TV provider. I want to watch the game legally somehow. So we shall see. But, guys, the Knicks on tonight. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show, guys. We're really pumped up right now. We got 14 likes. Let's get to 20 likes at least. Come on now. Big things happening, okay? The Knicks are coming off a huge win. They got another big game tonight, and I got a reason to believe they're going to cover the spread and even win this game, bro. The spread is at -4.5. The spread actually increased a little bit since we talked about it. It's at -5, okay? The Knicks are 5-point favorites. I like the Knicks in this game a lot, and you should too. If you guys want to make your bets on the Knicks, don't forget to click the link at the top of the chat to open up your account. Big time shout out to BetUS, baby. I'm pumped up for tonight, man. I've been thinking about tonight's game since this morning. Even though it's not like a massive game like Sunday night was, we're not going up against a top-tier opponent. I'm like, we're going up against a team that we lost to. I want revenge. I want them to go in Chicago and just go out there and go guns blazing on them. I want Dante to just shoot the lights out of the ball. Jalen Brunson to be the pest that he is in the paint. And actually get calls in our favor for once. That would be nice. That'd be nice. You know what I mean? So a lot is at stake here. The Knicks got to take care of business, especially with the Bucks potentially losing to the Celtics tonight. That's big. If the Celtics beat the Bucks and the Knicks win, we're tied. We're tied, baby. Now, we're still a game back because they have the tiebreaker over us, but still, that's huge. This is big time, folks. This is absolute big time. I'm really excited, man, and you should be too. Knicks fans, just want to say thank you so much for all the support and all the kind words. Been trying to get more consistent with content, but again, a lot of stuff is happening in the personal life lately in terms of being an uncle and being away from home and trying to bring all my content on the road and figure out a way to fit in videos and live streams. So bear with me, but I'm trying my best here. Thank you guys for all the loyal supporters on my channel, Knicks Media. When we hit 12,000 subs a few weeks ago, it really warmed my heart that you guys really care enough to subscribe and show some love on the channel. Just want to say thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. And all I've ever wanted to do is celebrate Knicks games and talk Knicks basketball and, you know, suffer defeats together. We're all in this together. as one gigantic Knicks family. We're going to wrap up the show here, guys. Thank you all so much for the kind words and the support. Let's go Knicks. The Knicks are in Chicago, and we'll get the W tonight. I promise you that. Shout out to BetUS, the official sportsbook sponsor of Knicks Media. Salute to the chat. Salute to Knicks Nation. Let's freaking go Knicks, baby. Let's go. I'll talk to you guys later. See you in the recap video. Peace.